Good morning, students. We are once again back in a lecture video. I am Mahendra, faculty of Mahendra Z School for Accounts English BGT. Students, in our today's lecture video, I'm going to explain you chapter 8. The name of the chapter is Hack Driver. This chapter is from your books, Footprints Without Feet. In this chapter, there is a young lawyer who has just started his profession as a lawyer, and he is given a task. He is given to go and find out a person named Oliver Lutkins and serve him summons, because Oliver Lutkins had to come in the court to give the witness. So let's see what all problem this new young lawyer faces and how Oliver Lutkins befools him. This chapter gives the message. So in this chapter we see how easily Oliver Lutkins befools the young lawyer and also extracts him from his money. Okay, now let's read the chapter and find out more about it. A young lawyer comes to a village to serve summons on Oliver Lutkins. A friendly hack driver takes him round the village in search of Lutkins. Does he find him? Who is Lutkins? After graduating with honors, I became a junior assistant clerk in a magnificent law firm. I was sent not to prepare legal briefs, but to serve summons, like a cheap private detective. I had to go to dirty and shadowy corners of the city to seek out my victims. Some of the larger and more self-confident ones even beat me up. I hated this unpleasant work and the sight of the city it revealed to me. I even considered fleeing to my hometown, where I could have been a real lawyer right away without going through this unpleasant training period. So I rejoiced one day when they sent me out 40 miles in the country to a town called New Mullion. So he goes to a town named New Mullion to serve summons on a man called Oliver Lutkins. We needed this man as a witness in a law case. So he was to be produced in front of the judge as a witness in a particular law case, and he had ignored all our letters. Oliver Lutkins don't want to come, so he is ignoring the letters. When I got to New Mullion, my eager expectations of a sweet and simple country village were severely disappointed. Its streets were rivers of mud, with rows of wooden shops either painted a sour brown or bare of any paint at all. The only agreeable sight about the place was the delivery man at the station. He was about 40, red-faced, cheerful, and thick about the middle. His working clothes were dirty and well-worn, and he had a friendly manner. You felt at once that he liked people. I told him, to find a man named Oliver Lutkins. So he went to a town, New Mullion, to a place, New Mullion, and his expectation that a village is going to be a nice place, all greenery and all, it was all, he felt very disappointed after reaching there, because the streets were rivers of mud with rows of wooden shops. So the village could not stood up according to his expectations. Lutkins, I saw him around here about an hour ago. Hard fellow to catch though. Always up to something or the other. He probably trying to start up a poker game in the back of Fritz's shop. This is what that fat man gave him the information. I'll tell you, boy, is there any hurry about locating Lutkins? Yes, I want to catch that afternoon train back to city. I was very important and secret about it. I'll tell you what, I've got a hack. So that man told him he's got a hack. I'll get it out and we can drive around together and find Lutkins. I know most of the places he hangs out. कहाँ कहाँ वो मिल सकता है मैं आपको बताता हूँ, मुझे ज़्यादातर पता है. He was so open and friendly that I glowed with the warmth of his affection. He was very happy. I knew, of course, that he wanted the business, but his kindness was real. Definitely, when he was going to provide him with the hack, he will be charging fees of it. I was glad the fair money would go to this good fellow. I managed to bargain down to $2 an hour. So this is what was the price of the fare. This was the fare, you can say. And then he brought from him his house nearby a sort of large black box on wheels. Or he remarked, "Well, young man, here's the carriage," and his wide smile made me into an old friend. These villagers are so ready to help a stranger. He had already made it his own task to find Oliver Lutkins for me. So this is what he was thinking in his mind. He said, "I don't want to interfere, young fellow, but my guess is that you want to collect some money from Lutkins. He never pays anybody a cent. He still owes me 50 cents on a poker game. I was fool enough to play with him." So now that man told him, the person who was driving that hack, he told him that, "I don't think so that you want to get some money from Oliver Lutkins, because he is very strict about that. Instead, he never gives money. He never parts with his money. He's not really bad, but it's hard to make him part with his money. If you try to collect from him in those fancy clothes, he'll be suspicious and get away from you. If you want, I'll go into Fritz and ask for him, and you can keep out of sight behind me." I loved him for this, but by myself I might never have found Lutkins with the hack drivers knowing hell. I was sure of getting my man. तो वो सोच रहा था कि मैं अकेला अगर ढूंढता तो नहीं ढूंढ पाता कभी, but with the help of this man, definitely I will be finding him. I took him into my confidence and told him that I wanted to serve the summons on Lutkins, that the man had refused to be a witness, when his information would have quickly settled our case. The driver listened earnestly. At the end, he hit me on the shoulder and laughed. "Well, we'll give brother Lutkins a little surprise. Let's start, driver. Most folks around here call me Bill or Magnuson. My business is called William Magnuson Fancy Carting and Hacking." "All right, Bill. Shall we proceed to Fritz?" "Yes, Lutkins is just as likely to be there as anywhere. Plays a lot of poker. वहीं मिल जाएगा, poker game खेलता है. He is good at deceiving people." Bill seemed to admire Lutkins' talent for dishonesty. I felt that if he had been a policeman, he would have caught Lutkins respectfully and jailed him with regret. Bill led me into Fritz. "Have you seen Oliver Lutkins around today? Friends of his looking for him," said Bill cheerily. Fritz looked at me, hiding behind Bill. He hesitated and then admitted, "Yes, he was there a little while ago. Guess he's gone over to Gustav's to get a shave." So he went to the barber shop, and the name of the barber shop was Gustav's. "Well, if he comes in, tell him I am looking for him." We drove to Gustav barber shop. Again, Bill went in first, and I lingered at the door. He asked not only the Swede, but two customers if they had seen Lutkins. The Swede had not. He said angrily, "I haven't seen him and don't care to. But if you find him, you can just collect the $35 he owes me." One of the customers thought he had seen Lutkins walking down Main Street, this side of the hotel. As we climbed back into the hack, Bill concluded that since Lutkins has exhausted his credit at Gustav's, he had probably gone to Gray's for a shave, because he owes 35 cents to $35 to Gustav's, because of which he went to Gray's. At Gray's barber shop, we missed Lutkins only by 5 minutes. He had just left, probably for the pool room. At the pool room, it appeared that he had just brought a pack of cigarettes and gone out. So we pursued him, just behind him, but never catching him for an hour till it was past 1 o'clock. I was hungry, but I had so enjoyed Bill's rough country opinion about his neighbors that I scarcely cared whether I found Lutkins or not. "How about something to eat?" I suggested. "Let's go to the restaurant and I'll buy you a lunch." "Well, I ought to go home to the wife. I don't care much of these restaurants, only 4 of them, and they are all bad. Tell you what we'll do. We'll get the wife to pack up a lunch for us. She won't charge you more than $50 and it would cost you, well, we'll get the wife to pack up a lunch for us. She won't charge you more than $50, and it would cost you more for a greasy meal in a restaurant. And we'll go up at Wade's Hill and enjoy the view while we eat. This is what he suggested him. We'll continue the chapter in the next class. Till then, thank you, children. Thank you very much.